I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name's Alex Gonzalez, and I have a little story for you guys. So, um, the reason I do what I do, or try to do anyway, that being helping everyone around me and trying to make others in a more positive state of mind is, it goes back to when I was 17, and my grandma had been diagnosed with cancer. So, that was a time where I kind of felt like she was invincible. Nothing could really happen to her. And then it did, right? It happened, and she passed away. And it was a whole new learning experience for me. I'd never experienced death. So going through that kind of opened me up a little bit. About 2 months after that, after my grandma passed away, my Uncle Ken, who was living with us at the time, had a stroke, and I actually walked in on him, and he was completely nude. He was just sitting there, and he was just going through the motions of a stroke, So me being 17, I didn't know what to do, so I grabbed my mom, and we called the ambulance and took him to the hospital. But ultimately, he lost control of his left side, his whole left side, and me and my mom, because I think, going into senior year at this time, I really was lost focus of what I was supposed to be doing because my mom needed help, so I tried to help her as much as possible, being an 18-year-old, trying to pay a couple bills and take care of your uncle, who really is like in like a baby state of mind again, he has to learn everything all over. So I think that as well kind of matured me up. I mean, I know for a fact it matured me up very quickly. So that's kind of a very, very quick overview of why I am who I am today. I feel like, well, actually, I'll give you one more example. So, through all that, all those processes that was going on, I myself didn't know how to handle my own emotions. I didn't know how to see what was happening, how to acknowledge the moment. I didn't really know how to accept what was happening, and I definitely didn't know how to react to it. You know what I mean? So I was sitting there like, the only way out is to get out completely. Take my own life. Let's do it. Ultimately in your head, it seems like an amazing idea. So through that trial, I got sent out to a Crittenton Health Medical Center, and basically, stayed there for about a week. Went through a couple. We had like little therapy sessions each day and all that good stuff, and it ultimately helped me. Like, going in there and talking to people that I didn't know about my problems seemed like one of the strangest things I possibly could have done, and definitely uncomfortable. But the uncomfortability and the understanding of what was going on in my mind actually helped me out tremendously. It helped me out tremendously. So after I got home from that place, I just decided to turn a new leaf. I said, my life is in my hands now. I can't sit here and pity myself anymore because I'm gonna fucking die, right? It was that simple, because that's where my mind was taking me. So, fast forward a couple months, and Trevor, I'm sure some of you know Trevor, but people who don't know me watching this, he was my best friend / brother, you know what I mean? Like, through all the bullshit, I was going to his house, and I found in him like a confidant, you know what I mean? I found in him a safe space. His place was always open to me, and I felt very welcome there. So we grew a relationship really quickly, and it became something real, right? And then he actually ended up committing suicide himself, and what it did to my head at that point was made me feel like I had been doing an injustice to everybody around me, because I have been through that, and I had kind of conquered it. At the time, maybe I didn't know how to express it, but now I do. Which is why I'm so preachy, motivational, helpful, energetic, positive, whatever word you want to use for it. That's why I am the way I am. I miss him like hell. I miss my Uncle Ken. I miss my grandma. But going forward, I know that I have to change the way things are going. That's just my responsibility as a human. So that's kind of why I am who I am, and why going forward I'm going to try and change the way, the world, the how things operate, how people think. That's my goal, right? So this is what I'm going to try and do, and I would very much appreciate it if you kind of followed me along this path. If it helps you, awesome. If you hate me off this first video, that's dope too. So I'll put all the links in the bottom of the video, so you can just go subscribe, follow, do whatever it is that you have to do, or don't do it at all. It's up to you. But ultimately, I'm still here. I'm going to keep doing things for you guys. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Cool.